Hey everyone, how's it going? It's me, Biz.
It's me, Luna.
It is your humble and ever-present Baron.
It's your ever-loving blue-eyed Kappa, and it's commenting time.
Yep, again, we are continuing our journey into the Fantastic Four in animated shows. Though we have moved on from the animated series to World's Greatest Heroes, a TV series that aired on Cartoon Network for, like at least one season. Though I think, they did try doing that whole, split the first season into two halves, so it felt like we got two seasons.
So, regarding what you said earlier about our journey into the Fantastic Four, you could almost say it's a journey into mystery.
Incorrect. Thor never showed up in this show.
Okay, true, he didn't show...
Weirdly enough, he did it twice in the original.
Yeah, well, we covered that in the last one. I actually kind of, and I still can't believe I kind of forgot that Thor showed up in that episode, along with Ghost Rider. But yeah, we are going to be covering episode 15, The Cure, which features Lunar's, or one of Lunar's favorite Marvel characters.
She's a top one. She's a literally right up there.
Yep.
Top all aspects.
Yep. And yeah, this is, and if anyone's wondering why She-Hulk is, joining the Fantastic Four here, that's because that actually happened in the comics. After the events of the Secret Wars, Ben Grimm actually was retired temporarily in the Fantastic Four, so Jen took his place. And ever since, she has been kind of a recurring character on the team whenever they need someone to fill in for another character.
Yeah. In fact, that change actually lasted quite a bit. Who knows? Maybe that'll be how they salvage your character in the MCU. One can hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think we're all ready to get this party started.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And on my mark, in 4, 3, 2, let's go.
Moonscope. Man, you don't hear much about them anymore.
Yeah, been a while.
Which is a shame.
Yep, also... Yeah.
And, of course, this is going for the Fox movies where you have Doctor Doom as part of the
though they did
mission.
Yeah, though they decided not to give him powers like they did in the movie and in the Ultimate Comics, which that's another thing. This was also made to be both synergy for the movie but also the Ultimate Comics by making the four not too young compared to the to the Ultimate version where they were teenagers, but they were definitely younger. Reed's
at the very least in his mid-30s, and everyone else seems to be at least in their mid to late 20s.
Well, yeah. Well, okay, with Reed, again, you could argue the whole gray area is just for the... Oh, yeah, I forgot. They also had these really fun stylized openers, which I thought were kind of neat.
It kind of looks like compliment.
Yeah.
And also, I swear that looked like Hank Pym, even though that's not really what Hank looks like in this universe.
Yeah, well, Hank Pym showed up in the series, which, this show, again, before they started, vetoing certain characters, back in the day, Marvel shows used to bring in whatever character they wanted. This show had Ant-Man, it had the Hulk in a previous episode, of course, She-Hulk in here, and in this episode, we're also gonna be getting a few other characters cameoing when they do the tryouts.
Oh, and here's Jenny.
Yep.
Also, I just realized that building literally has the Miss Marvel symbol.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, and these things are... Well, and I don't know if that's the case here or not. These guys are clearly based off the mindless ones from the Dark Dimension. With the single eyeball.
Yeah.
And, of course, you have the little snot guys, which are this universe's version of the Moloids.
Yeah, which... I mean, it's not a bad design, but at the same time, I kind of preferred the comic look, where they look almost like Golem from Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Yeah.
Oh, and look at this! A Reed Richards that gets creative with his powers.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
And it did involve him having to pay himself. And here she is. Here's our favorite Green Giant.
Oh, my queen.
Yep.
I saw her.
Oh, but what's Ben Grimm doing here and not looking rocky?
Yep. Because besides adapting a classic moment in the Fantastic Four comics, it also goes to a long going storyline with Ben Grimm, at least for a while, and until a few years ago, when they kind of retired this concept of Ben trying to find a cure to be human again. And for this show, this wasn't even the first time the show did this. We actually had a previous episode where Ben looked human, but the catch being that, yeah, he looked human, but it's because him and Reed swapped powers.
So oh god, a stretchy Ben. That's a terrifying concept.
Yep. That episode was also pretty cool too, because like it wasn't just they swapped powers. Apparently, the longer they had each other's powers, they were like getting their personalities were becoming more like each other. Like Ben became more like Reed, which was kind of funny to see. And yeah, of course, like Sue and Johnny are kind of like they want to be supportive, but at the same time they're like, I ain't getting blasted with this.
But I also like how that they have Alicia here and all, like, yes, yes, she's still blind and all, but it really does kind of, it's just nice to have your girlfriend here.
Yeah.
And also, we have Herbie in the show reimagined not as a robot, but just as the AI.
Yep, and okay.
You know his name was like...
Okay, did it...
His name was like an acronym, but... Also, yeah, it looked like he just killed Ben.
Not just that. Also, I was thinking it reminded me of that Doom Patrol, the opening of Doom Patrol, and like half expecting Ben to go, "The mind is the limit."
Oh god.
Oh Jesus.
Yep. But yeah, no, Ben's back to normal, but of course there's a catch. In this case, he don't remember jack shit. Like. He legit doesn't like. Yeah, like it wasn't like he didn't just turn his body back to normal. He put his mind back to how he was like before the accident. So Ben's kind of so confused.
So basically,
by the way, we agree here. Ben looks more like a caveman. They didn't really do Ben that great.
Yeah. Yeah, he does look more Kirby-esque.
But I also like how this, again, one of the rare moments where they actually shows Ben actually does care about the team and everything and all. Goofy as that was, he really did try to put Johnny out.
Yeah.
When he could have burned him to an ash.
And he doesn't remember, his girlfriend,
no.
which that's definitely a gut punch right there. Yeah, their relationship in the comics was, no pun intended, very rocky, but, you know, hey, they lasted so long that eventually they became Endgame. Like, they're married, and they have, they're married and they have 2 kids. They're adopted. Don't get your minds out of the gutter. I know everyone probably asked that question, but the comics decide, that we're not going there.
It's better that it really is better that they ended up adopting.
Yeah.
And of all things, it ended up being a Kree and a Skrull.
Yep.
Kind of trained to be gladiators to take each other on.
Yep, and which led to some funny things. Like again, I think the best one was definitely the whole bit with Halloween. But anyway, yeah, Ben is getting a bit of future shock because again, he has to be reminded exactly what's going on, and yeah, like
I'd be kind of scared out of my friggin' mind too.
Yep. Also, man, every time like I see the Baxter Building, no matter which incarnation, it always looks like my ideal house. Like if I was a billionaire, I'd probably want to live in something like this.
Also, this show has the best Baxter Building.
Yeah,
it really does.
Well, it has like the cool hologram going on. Like, yeah.
Oh yes, Reed. That's absolutely the best.
That's gonna comment.
Yeah.
Yes, your giant face.
Yep.
Also, I don't know why Ben's scared of Herbie, considering the fact, well, just, I'm pretty sure Reed might have just had him already.
Well, I think maybe it was a case of, like, it was more in the early prototype stage.
Yep.
And not, full-on building level AI.
Yep, and look here, we see the news anchor, and they're all just like, "Who's this guy in his underwear? He's not wearing underwear. He's clearly wearing pants."
Like most are pajama bottoms.
Yep.
If those are underwear, I'm the king of England.
Like that joke works if he's wearing the classic like blue trunks, but
yeah, like which again, Which again, this was going more for like the ultimate look. Though instead of giving Ben the number 4 shirt, they for some reason decided to spray paint the symbol on his chest, which that was always weird to me. That always felt off. Because it's like
that's a very off Mole Man design. I'm not sure if I like that or not.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because
never meant to be a looker.
Well, yeah, I know, but the thing is, he looks like a legit monster. While in the comics, it's just that he was just
that guy.
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, he was just
he looks like Danny DeVito with a widow's peak.
Yeah, like the dude just wasn't a looker. That was the whole deal.
Are actual gray goop.
Yep.
Of
And
course, we see a cameo of the Hulk just there.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing of things to come.
Yep, and of course, the news media already now know that Ben Grimm is human again, and Mole Man's like, oh yeah. Also, I just realized, did his glasses just emote? Like, did they actually emote to how?
Yes, I believe they just did.
Yeah.
Just hand waving his unstable molecules. It'll work.
Yep, and oh, she has to say, "I'm your friend." Like,
oh come on, no, don't do this to him. Look, Alicia.
Just tell Alicia. Just tell him. Like, it's like it's gonna be awkward, but
see the problem here.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it'd be one thing if it was like the movie version where Ben was engaged before he met her, but no, apparently that wasn't the case. Though that would have been an interesting scene, though, if they kept that scene in there. And yeah, again, she does still make it very clear that she loves him. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think it's more she just wants him to like, okay, he doesn't have his memories.
Yeah.
I love the little transition screen things here, where it's basically the Fantastic Four flare.
Yeah, very well. Yeah, that's another thing. Because that was another thing about the studio. Like these guys really love going more anime inspired. So yeah, the Fantastic Four were very anime with this one.
Project Pegasus name drop.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, and like
use that word. Uses fascinating so much in this show, we might as well be Spock.
Yep. Also, that dude legit looks like Martin Mystery, and if you remember what Martin Mystery is, points to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Not just that, Johnny has Martin's hairstyle too.
Yep.
Oh my god, he does.
Yeah, he does, but the thing is, like, this dude also kind of has, like, a similar facial structure and stuff. Like, I'm half expecting Java to...
Martin grew up.
Like, he grew up.
To be fair, Ben looks like a ginger version of Jabba in this.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's Giganto.
Yep. Like, where they kind of adapt the classic scene from their very first appearance, minus Ben showing up. And yeah, like, it's still pretty cool. Yeah, like, this design's pretty cool. I do prefer, like, the classic green look, but that's still pretty kick-ass.
And here we have Sue just doing invisible constructs.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Which...
Oh, and I'm about to say, look, imagine if they made Giganto green here. That would literally be the only change that would make this look perfect for a redesign for him.
Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah, like...
The Legion of Monsters aren't here. There's no Ghost Rider or Morbius. Not kidding. For anyone watching, there is a team in Marvel called the Legion of Monsters.
Yep.
Oh, here we go.
Yep, this is the tryouts where we're gonna see a bunch of characters in here. And again, this is why this episode was probably one of the most fun. Because like we get to see so many fun characters here, and of course Ben is looking through his life, kind of seeing. Like the bust that Elisa made for him, and and man, Ben really likes his hat, likes his jersey and hats. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
But weirdly enough, I find like I weirdly enough think that's actually one of the most endearing things about this version of Ben and all is that he's more than just the astronaut or muscle guy. No, he actually had a lot of different. He had some different passions.
Yep. And showing that even though he didn't like how he looked, he was still a man of the people, which is very Ben Grimm, and I'm really happy that we might be getting that for the Fantastic Four
and
first
here
episode.
We go, Captain Ultra.
Yep. And yes, all these, and to make it very clear to everyone. And to make it very clear, all these characters we're seeing are real people. And yes, Captain Ultra's a real... I fucking love that.
And he's afraid of fire. And
yep.
Also, fun fact, too, he can boost his powers to do 1 Ultra feat a day.
Yep.
Oh, leapfrog.
Yeah, yeah. It's either leapfrog or frogman, depending on who's in the costume.
Rip it and rip it.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Twister,
Yep.
who was part of the Avengers, weirdly enough.
Yep.
Seems neat, but, well, I don't think they're looking for a wind guy.
Yep. I mean, no, we could get more wind here.
I mean, okay, come on.
Yep.
Yeah. And apparently, I shit you not, this was supposed to be U.S. Agent. This was John Walker.
This was gonna be.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
That actually tracks.
Actually, that
That's
makes sense
completely-
because okay, take away the Evil Knievel helmet and change up the colors, and it looks like John Walker's original costume. Because yeah, before he became Captain America, he had Flatman. Yep.
Go. And read it. Just go to the Great Lakes. You'll find a team.
Yep. You'll find a team. You'll find a
And
good.
here she is, everybody.
Yep.
Say hello to Jennifer Walters.
Yep.
Oh, oddly enough, black hair in this one. Usually Jen's brunette.
Yep. She kind of looks
I think
like.
the black hair actually works a lot better, personally.
Yep. And then she she hulks out.
I swear Johnny screams like Finn in this.
He's like.
And of course,
Oh,
the
yeah,
classic,
you sing that
like,
every year.
costume.
Yep, and she just says, "Yeah, I'm the Hulk's cousin." Like, doesn't elaborate even further. Like, you don't need another rest of the story. Also, I like the whole thing with Johnny after this episode. Is like, yeah, this awakened something in him.
Yes.
It awakened something in there, but that's She-Hulk in a nutshell. She awakened something in everyone.
Yep.
This is true.
Yep, and
But I also kind of like that they still show. Well, she's still clearly the more fun and innocent of the Hulks. Her transformation is still pretty terrifying if you think about it.
well, yeah, like it's always gonna be terrifying and probably painful.
It's a Hulk.
Yep. And yeah, Jen gets her, gets the costume and stuff, and yeah, Johnny immediately starts hitting on her right after he freaking screamed.
Yeah, of course, like, I'll protect you, goo it up so you can't flame on. Yep.
Yep.
Yes, protect the bulletproof, super strong woman.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at
And there
here.
it is, because they didn't say it, because fun fact, they did not, weirdly enough, that line was not used in the Hulk episode. So they used it here.
Yep.
Making me angry.
Yep.
And a reminder too, all Hulks get strong, have the same ability as Bruce's does. His is just very much more pronounced.
Mostly because he literally, generally speaking, has way more rage issues.
Yep. Like, I think the only one that kind of
You
changed.
look at his history, you might know why.
Yep. Also, I think the only character that really kind of broke that rule was technically Ross, because he doesn't get stronger as Red Hulk. Like, his whole deal was that he just got hotter. Like,
Which is
And then
still
would pass
cool.
out.
yeah, no, it's still a cool ability, but yeah, and immediately, oh no, holes, my only weakness.
No, holes, their only weakness.
Yep.
That
Yep,
can
and
never be taken out of context, no matter how hard you try.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. There's the hug of doom.
yep.
Wait, no, it's not the hug of doom. Victor isn't here yet.
Yeah, he's not in this episode, and yeah, like, Ben has that moment of being like, yeah, what the hell am I supposed to do kind of deal. But showing that even though, yeah, he doesn't remember anything from his past,
He still feels responsible.
yeah, like, he does care about people, which, another character named Ben who believes in responsibility, who later becomes an uncle later.
Ain't that something?
Yep.
Let's hope he has better links burglars.
Yep.
The
Oh,
old bathtub Fantastic Car.
which surprisingly has only made one appearance in a movie, and it wasn't even in Fantastic Four.
It's still neat that they even showed up, that they even decided to have that version show up.
Yep. Which I guess is supposed to imply that the team's been, like, the team did have, like, more classic costumes, which, yeah, I guess while we're on that, what do you guys think of these costumes, anyway? Like, I think they're fine, but...
I actually like them. I like that it's a little orange. It adds a little pop to it, because let's be honest here, Fantastic Four costumes can get a little, kind of monotone at certain points because it's usually just two colors and that's it. I like the idea of just like add a little extra.
Yeah, like, again, they could have done the movie designs, but I kind of like that they blended a bit of the Ultimate Comics designs with what they were doing back in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s. You know, when they tried doing that whole Heroes Reborn line?
Oh, yeah.
Plus, too, if you want to look at it like this, this way they incorporate all the members into the team colors, too. Because the orange, well, obviously there could be a flame aspect with Johnny. It also could be Ben's color.
Yeah. And, yeah, Ben doesn't wear, he like... yeah, the more...
I also love, too, that where he just pointed out his plan is stupid. And he's like, oh, well, still, people will pay, so therefore it's a success.
Yeah, Mole Man in here they really treat him more like a joke in this one. Like, Mole Man in the comics, yeah, sometimes they make him a joke, but other times they actually do make him, like, a character that is a force to be reckoned with. Hell, in the new Ultimate Comics, which, funny enough, does not have Fantastic Four yet, Mole Man is a member of the Sinister Six and works for or with Wilson Fisk. We're still kind of unclear on that whole relationship.
No, I do kind of like to think, too, though, that the real danger with Mole Man, even in the comics where he's not a joke and all, is mostly from the fact he does control... It's his monster control rather than actually, well, anything about him. Yep.
Which does kind of make me wish Mole Man showed up. And, okay, that's also a cool thing about Jen, is that she can control her... And again, and they frickin' emoted. Yeah, Jen can actually change whenever she wants. Like, she doesn't have to worry about, like, having to take a break whenever she forms.
Compared to certain other people, hey, Bruce...
Yep.
We don't hate you. We're just very disappointed in you.
Yep.
Which, fun fact to anyone watching, at a point, quite literally one of the funniest things, Jen got stuck in her She-Hulk form in the mid-'80s, and Reed was like, I'm sorry, you'll never be able to turn into General Walters again. She's like, and the bad news?
Yeah, like, she's like, I like being She-Hulk. Like, I don't got a problem with this. Like... Hell, back when, after Civil War II, after that dumpster fire, and she was doing, and she became, like, the head Hulk for a while, they actually did talk about how, yeah, her not able to control her powers really did suck because she was so used to being She-Hulk. Like, the fact that she couldn't, like, turn it on and off whenever she wanted was really devastating to her. Yeah.
And that was an entire thing that I didn't really like. There were elements to it that were okay, but it just wasn't great.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Well, anyone in for a hot bath?
Yep. Yeah, I love that moment. He's like, holy crap, I actually succeeded. I actually didn't think the plan was... Like this was just, like I like the idea that this was literally just him doing shit because he just... Yeah, he just wanted to do something today. He actually didn't expect anything to work.
Well, it didn't.
One thing, too, which is one thing right there, he kind of forgot one thing. One of the Fantastic Four, two, they literally have a Hulk with them. A lava bath is just a really strong jacuzzi.
Yep, and yeah, Johnny's able to, Johnny's able to use his power. Again, that was actually a really cool scene because it just showed, like, how well they work as a team doing combinations, because, and especially for Jen, since she literally just joined the team.
Well, you could argue she might have been on the Avengers here because, we don't make exactly how this.
I don't think the Avengers are a thing yet in here, given on, again, last episode, the last two episodes with the Hulk and Ant-Man, and later with Iron Man. Yeah, I doubt that's the case. Also, Jen immediately is kind of going like, yeah, this was fun and cool, but, she's like, I'm not sticking with the team. Like, and I like her reasoning. It's not because, like, oh, I just don't like being with you guys. No, you guys are a family, and for me, this would just be a job, and it'd just feel weird for me to stick around if you all care for each other. And freaking Johnny immediately is like, "Hey, look, like he's so." Which I do kind of wonder, if the show didn't get canceled, would we have actually gotten maybe Jen returning in maybe like a version of the second Fantastic Four, but instead of Hulk being on the team, she's on the team, and we have, because Spider-Man, because fun fact, Spider-Man is in this show. He just never shows up as Spider-Man. He just stays as Peter Parker the whole time. And yep, Ben is back.
Sony is an asshole.
Oh, hold on. And wait, I couldn't remember. Did he just say that he implied that no, he doesn't remember that it worked or not?
Yeah, no, he has no idea that any of this happens. Like, to him, it just went like the machine turned on and it just didn't work. But yeah, that was the cure. Again, really fun episode. This was just like I think it was a fun one and done. I think it did a great job showcasing She-Hulk as a character. Like, we do really, again, they stick really well with the family dynamics. I think how they handle Ben Grimm's character, especially a Ben Grimm who has no recollection on, his life after the accident, was very interesting. The comedy was very on point, especially with Johnny being the butt of the joke of this episode, which you don't really see too much in Fantastic Four that often. So him kind of being like more of the punching bag in this episode was kind of a little satisfying if you're kind of a character that you might be tired of picking on Ben so much. But yeah, no, it was really cool. It was nice to see like Mole Man be like a major threat, even if it was also still kind of a joke. But yeah, no, it was just really great. I freaking loved it.
I mean, me, again, Jen, one of my top 3 in Marvel, that's Hulk, Thor, and Herb. So it's like, seriously, this is just a really great treat of an episode. And yeah, it actually, one thing I really do love about these guest appearances on this show is it hits to the core of what the characters are. You get the guest characters are all about, and that did it with Jen. Even most of the, you learn more about most of the tryout characters. Like, Captain Ultra, his one and only appearance, as far as I know, I could be wrong. I'll probably look that up later and find out I'm horribly wrong. His one appearance in animation, and yeah, cover the basics. He's the flying brick who is horrified of fire.
Yep, fire is his weakness. It's everyone's weakness. It's fucking fire. Sorry, just had to say it.
That will never get old.
I think I'm kind of with everybody else so far. And I think this was a really fun episode. Just very nice to kind of actually see a fun take on the Fantastic Four that actually feels different while keeping true to them and all. Especially like you said with like the anime aesthetic with the animation and everything, and how everyone feels, if that makes sense. And the designs and everything are just absolutely on point, both for the Fantastic Four and for the various that did show up. Well, -1. John just really just took an L on this one, didn't he?
Yeah. Again, I think it was kind of deserved, given that, again, Ben...
Fair enough.
Yeah, so someone has to be, like, not... I mean, again, like, every group has to have that one character who gets shit on a lot, and unfortunately, Ben kind of was that character for a bit, so it was nice to see Johnny kind of get that for a change. So, okay, Calfer?
Honestly, it is a great episode showing off both the Fantastic Four as well as cameoing a lot of Marvel heroes and other characters, as well as, of course, the focus being Jan Walters, the She-Hulk. Is a great thrill ride. I know I've said that 20 times before and in other reviews, but I really do enjoy the feel of, like, it's just a good time, especially when you have She-Hulk, which makes it a scratching sensation.
Oh, you. I'm actually kind of disappointed nobody caught my sight jokes earlier with Alicia.
We know.
I was silently punishing you for that.
Yeah, same here.
We're trying not. You're trying not to maim you.
Yeah, come on, man. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, so that is the third installment. Oh, this is the third installment. Gonna talk for a second. This is the third installment of our Fantastic Four commentaries. Next time, we will be continuing this little journey, but instead of it being a Fantastic Four episode, we are going to be doing Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Though, let's face it, this episode is pretty much a backdoor pilot for the Fantastic Four, as they're not just the guest stars in that episode. It was pretty much focused... Yeah, they're pretty much like running the show for most of that episode. But yeah, I hope you like the commentary. I'm Biz.
I'm Lunar.
I'm Bannon.
I'm Caliper.
And like, share, subscribe, and we will see you later.